What's going on, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Carlos Correa signing with either the Cubs or the Dodgers. We're going to dive into that rumor in just a second, but quick reminder, for all latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, breakdowns, interviews, and more all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comments section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day: should the Dodgers look to sign Carlos Correa if they can't sign Trea Turner? Do you think he could end up in LA? Give me your percentage chance down below in the comments section. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So I know there's a lot of Dodger fans out there that don't even like the name Carlos Correa being brought up. They don't even want to hear that name mentioned. When they hear Carlos Correa, they clench their fists or they vomit or gag a little bit. I understand that. You can't get past what happened in 2017, his involvement with the trash can banging scandal, the sign-stealing scandal that rocked Major League Baseball, that cost the Dodgers the World Series in 17. And then on top of that, him doubling down when they were exposed of it, him talking smack to Cody Bellinger, and some of you just don't like Carlos Correa flat out. But also, I've spoken to some Dodger fans that are willing to move past what happened in 2017. And you guys also know that I don't let any rumors get past you. I got to inform you guys about whatever's going on. And here's the latest when it comes to Carlos Correa. USA Today's Bob Nightingale, he wrote in his latest piece, the free agent shortstop market will be insane once again this winter with an all-star cast of Trea Turner, Carlos Correa, Xander Bogaerts, and Dansby Swanson all potentially available. Several talent evaluators predict that Turner, who's from Florida, will return east and wind up signing with the Phillies, leaving Correa with the Dodgers or the Cubs. So, the Dodgers or the Cubs, Carlos Correa, and I know it's been too long, and a lot of you guys have been asking about it, but here we go. The return of the Dodgers rumor meter, and for this rumor that has Carlos Correa linked with the Los Angeles Dodgers, at this point in the game, I'm giving it a 2 Dodger Dogs. 2 Dodger Dogs. People are talking. You got the agents of Carlos Correa. You have USA Today's Bob Nightingale. Of course, they're going to link him with these big-name franchises like the Dodgers and the Cubs. But those also were 2 of the franchises that were linked to him before he went to Minnesota. There's not very many teams out there that can afford a player of Carlos Correa's caliber, especially when you consider the fact that he's going to want a big, big bag. He's going to want more than Corey Seager. He might even want more than Francisco Lindor, especially when you consider the fact that he switched agents to Scott Boras. And what did Scott Boras do last offseason when they couldn't get the deal they wanted for Correa? Well, he made him the highest paid shortstop per AAV on a shorter-term deal. He's making $35.1 million this season. He signed a 3-year, $105.3 million deal with the Minnesota Twins, but it allows him to opt out after every year. And he's most likely going to do that because he's going to want to go back to this market and get the big bag that he wanted last offseason. The question is, will there be teams out there willing to pay? We've heard that he wants more than Corey Seager. We heard he wants to be the top shortstop in all of baseball. And my first question is, if you're going to pay Carlos Correa, what kind of offer are you going to make to Trea Turner? And maybe Trea Turner does just want to go back to the East Coast. Maybe he wants to bat leadoff with another team. Maybe he just doesn't want to be with the Los Angeles Dodgers long term. Yes, that's a real possibility. But if you're the Dodgers, do you just right away pivot to a Carlos Correa, or do you explore some of those internal options? You have Gavin Lux, who's having a breakout year. He's the guy that can get it done at the shortstop position. And when you consider what he can do offensively, I think that's something that you definitely strongly consider versus giving a player like Carlos Correa, who's dealt with some injury history, whose defense has slipped just a little bit this season. And when you look at his size, there's not many guys in the history of Major League Baseball that have stayed at that shortstop position. Guys always slide over to third base, and Correa has made it known that he is willing to slide over to third base at some point during his career. But the big question is, do his offensive contributions, do they warrant, do they justify a $340+ million contract for a guy that's going to slide over to third base that has dealt with some injuries? And if you look at Correa since the 2018 season, after they were caught cheating, now they might have been cheating after that down in Houston, but let's let's say since the 2018 season, he's slashing 270, 348, 465 with a 123 WRC plus, and he's 8th among all shortstops with a 16.4 F4. Yes, he has dealt with some injuries during that span, and make no mistake about it, he's accomplished a lot early on in his career. He's one of just 8 shortstops that by his age 27 season since 1969 have amassed over 25 plus F4 plus defense, a 110 plus WRC plus through their age 27 season. That list includes Alex Rodriguez, Robin Yount, Cal Ripken Jr., Francisco Lindor, Nomar Garciaparra, Troy Tulowitzki, Carlos Correa, and Barry Larkin. So those are some big names. Those are some Hall of Famers. And if Carlos Correa can produce like this for the next 5-6 seasons, he could end up in Cooperstown as well. Another thing you like about Correa is what he's able to do in the postseason. Yes, he's had some down series, but for his career in the postseason, an 849 OPS with 18 home runs. Now, how much of that success came in 2017? Because he definitely had some big series in 2017. The ALCS, he had a 913 OPS. In the World Series, an 817 OPS for the Dodgers. In the DS, a 963 OPS. But in 2020, he played well. He played well last year early on in the postseason, especially against the White Sox, where he had an OPS over 1,000. So at the end of the day, Carlos Correa, no matter where he signs, he's a productive player. He brings that intangible when you talk about passion, when you talk about a spark in that dugout. Definitely has some leader tendencies, and some Dodger fans feel that this clubhouse and this dugout lacks that at times, but also it's just really tough to get past what happened in 2017. That's just full heel by the Dodgers. I mean, you're basically having a villain, the biggest Dodgers villain in the modern era, join their team. It'd almost be like the Dodgers signing Barry Bonds during his peak back in the day. So I don't know what your opinion is on that, but to me, I'm just more focused on the player. And to me, I think that's a lot of money to give a guy that has dealt with some injuries, that is going to slide over to third base. I would much rather take Xander Bogaerts on a shorter contract, another guy that can rake from the right side. So, I mean, it's really interesting, but let me know down below in the comment section, what are your thoughts on Carlos Correa? I'll do some more deep dives on Correa, but this story just came out, and I wanted to give you guys the latest. But let me know down below, and I want to know too, is what happened in 2017 just a non-starter? Is that just make it where there's no way that he could join the Dodger team because of his involvement with the Astros? Hey, maybe if he signs with the Dodgers and they have a press conference and they basically blow up that ring at the press conference, and he basically says, hey, that ring was fake and it was a Astros ring, maybe that's possible. Maybe he could get back. And look, we all know that if they did sign him and he played well, the Dodger fans would eventually come around. But if they did sign him and he had some injuries and he was a bust, I don't think this fan base would ever forgive Andrew Friedman and this organization for making that signing. But it's going to be very interesting. I'm doing another video that's going to touch on some Trey Turner rumors as well. Him in Philly, him in New York, some other teams out there. But let me know down below in the comment section, would you want to see the Dodgers sign Carlos Correa if they can't sign Trey Turner? Let us know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, be sure to head over to DodgersNation.com. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And my name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.